Hello everyone, my name is Doug Dean and this is my project for my Sims 345 class with Dr. Ruth at USC Upstate. Today I'll be talking to you a little bit about telepresence, exactly what telepresence is, how it's used in business today, some of the benefits of telepresence, and possibly how you can use it for yourself. So I'll be starting with a short YouTube video to start the presentation. After that we'll kind of dive on in and find out exactly some definitions of telepresence and how it can help you or your business in today's society. So I hope you enjoy. Thanks.
Innovation is the key to the world's future. And one of the exciting things about India is the young people in the education systems allow people to think out of the box about new ideas. At Cisco, we pride ourselves in bringing out new products and new capabilities. And we have an innovation center that is able to bring new products to market very quickly. We asked this group called Emerging Technologies to think like Star Trek and suddenly allow us to communicate wherever we are in the world and deliver services to our customers virtually. And we had a person by the name of Martin DeBeer head this up, and Martin was going to be here today, except that he had to be doing a small acquisition back at home office. He was also teaching a leadership class. Martin, I just wish you could be here. Martin, is that you?
Hi, John.
How
Yes,
are
that's
you doing?
me.
It's good to see you.
Namaste.
You know, it's amazing. I thought you were teaching classes in San Jose. Where are you?
John, I'm actually in California, 14,000 miles away, and it is very early in the morning here, but I'm delighted to be joining you today for this fantastic event in India.
So we showed Professor Kalam earlier the capability to do healthcare remotely by using video, but you're really talking about the ability to virtually not only have meetings together, but I can see you like you're right in front of me.
Correct, John. As you know, telepresence is about bringing people together around a virtual table, and what we're showcasing here today for the first time is an on-stage experience where any resource can be anywhere in the world on demand.
So your ability not only to give speeches like this in the future, but all of a sudden to have doctors come as though they were physically there with the patient, or the ability to bring groups together to not only communicate and counsel quicker, but to change things. Now, Martin, how does this work? Tell me how you did this and how your team did it.
Well, John, as you know, our technology is very, very powerful in the way that it can put you virtually in a different location using very high-definition video and full spatial audio technologies. And of course, this is very important in business. As we globalize, we need to transform our business models in order to scale our resources anywhere in the world, put our best talent in front of our customers at a moment's notice. And that is what telepresence is all about. It will allow us to transform our business. It will allow us to innovate in new ways and to draw upon the collective wisdom of talent that may be anywhere in the world, including in India.
So, Martin, I know that we've already done 28,000 meetings at Cisco by using telepresence. And you gave me a forecast of making it $1 billion in 3 years in terms of orders. Are we on track for that?
John, I could say we are on track for that, and the customer interest we are seeing is absolutely phenomenal, and it's growing every day. And I think as we continue to extend the experiences of telepresence, it will only get more exciting. And of course, telepresence is also a green technology, so as we globalize, we also have the ability to do it in a very responsible manner.
Well, it is truly exciting, Martin, what you've done. I asked you to build a product and beam me up Scotty, where I could be Scotty in Star Trek, and this is even better than that. It begins to open up the imagination of what is possible. I don't want to keep you from your other 3 meetings you're doing this afternoon, but Martin, for all of us, thank you for being here, and thank you for being part of our innovation engine.
Thank you, John.
Have a great day.
Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that video. Now we're going to dive right on into the telepresence presentation and see if we can learn a few things about it. So exactly what is telepresence? Well, telepresence is a high-definition audio and video technology which enables people to feel or appear as if they were in a location that they are not physically present in. So let's think of an example for that. So let's say we got Dr. Jekyll here in South Carolina, and we have Dr. Frankenstein in Hong Kong. Well, they want to talk to each other, so telepresence can bring them together in a matter that they feel that they're in the same location. So telepresence is also a face-to-face interaction through a converged network. If you don't know what a convergent network is a single network that can carry a combination of data, voice, and video traffic. And so the goal of telepresence is for the user to feel a complete sense of presence in a remote site. So just like I mentioned earlier, it's Dr. Jekyll in South Carolina, Dr. Frankenstein in Hong Kong. It's like they're in the same spot using telepresence. Okay, so I want to discuss a few values of using telepresence in your business. So as you can see, we have down here allows for faster decision making. It's a stronger working relationship. Cost control, of course, which is always important, allows for improved productivity, access that can spread beyond the boardroom. It provides a better work-life balance for all employees, and it provides a greener environment. So let's talk about a few of those. So let's say people can meet with telepresence and discuss new ideas without traveling. So that's a plus. I mean, you can anywhere that you have, say, a Wi-Fi connection, a Starbucks, say, you can have your laptop, smartphone, or your tablet and use it to connect with telepresence to someone, in the office or in another country for that matter. Also, cost of travel is reduced. The cost of travel, let's say for 2 international trips, will pay for implementing a telepresence system in itself. So, great benefit. And what we mean here by a greener environment also has to do with trips in your work environment. So the reduction of business trips will lower CO2 emissions. And for an example of that, let's say you have 100 employees using telepresence once a week instead of commuting throughout the city or states or whatever happens to be the travel that they need to do. So anyway, so you have 100 employees using telepresence once a week instead of commuting. This will save you the equivalent of a force the size of 5 football fields. So that's what I'm saying by its greener environment. Okay, so telepresence can simplify collaboration. So you can choose how you'd like to participate with telepresence, you can collaborate on mobile or immersive video systems, and you can deliver conferencing experiences on any device, anywhere. So you can be in the office, you can be in a boardroom, you can be at your house, or even out in a park if you have a Wi-Fi connection, and you can use telepresence to commute with business partners or whatever throughout. So some of the advantages of telepresence is it's innovative and interoperable. So interoperable is just being able to work with different systems. So telepresence can work with different systems. You have lights-out images and discrete audio in real time. So you can have a screen up to 65 inches in your office or boardroom or whatever to discuss your meeting or business with people in different locations. And it's face-to-face interactions between employees, partners, and customers. So that's your screen that you're talking with to other people, and it's just like they're right there with you. You also have the ability to record meetings for sharing, so that's also a great thing. So if someone happens to miss out on something and can't, they're sick and they can't even use telepresence for whatever matter, then hey, you can always record a meeting, they can watch it back later. And it's just redefining the way business is done. It's keeping people in the office, or people are able to stay at home instead of doing all the travel that they normally do. So it's cutting edge technology, and you can even train remote teams through the use of telepresence, which is another big plus and advantage of telepresence. So here we're going to look at what they call the clinical assistant, and this is used in the healthcare system. So what the clinical assistant is it's a easy to use high definition video system. So it's designed for mobility of point of care, so it can be right there at the patient's bedside if needed. It uses remote patient consultations, virtual care, and medical education. And it brings benefits of telepresence to patients and employees. So you can, other doctors can do consults through this system with the patient, or even diagnose a patient for that matter. And plus, you could get some training, or just a nurse could communicate with the doctor through this system right at the bedside to benefit the patient. Here is another system that is also used in the healthcare facilities. It's called the clinical presence system. As you can see, it's a remote device, and it maximizes quality, mobility, and ease of use for telemedicine environment. Um, the telemedicine environment is actually what that is it's a remote diagnosis and treatment of patients by means of telecommunications or technology. So the system can be customized to meet specific requirements. So depending, hey, you want an extra tray, you want another screen on it. There's things like that can be done with this system. It's clinically friendly with flexible connections. So you can add in cameras or, like I say, another display if need be. It has a speaker system that's high output, so it's good for noisy environments. And like I say, it's also flexible, so you can use a variety of audio and video inputs for other connections of medical devices or external displays. And it was also developed from input or with input from clinical professionals based on their needs. So, I mean, when you get, the input from the professionals based on their needs, it's definitely going to be tailored to what they need to do in their environment. How is telepresence going to benefit the CXOs of a business? So let's look at this a little bit, and let's start with the VP of sales. It's pretty much allowing him to communicate in a more efficient manner. So the VP of sales is looking at quotas. So things that telepresence can do for the VP of sales would be it will allow them to communicate with their sales force who are out in the field. So say someone is in the field and there's a new product that comes out and that person's in the field, can't get back to the office for education on that project. Well, with telepresence, the people can communicate with each other and the information can be relayed to the person in the field on this new product, allowing him to work with the customer and implementing something with them. Um, also, let's say telepresent benefits the CMO by being able to reach a broad range of people. And that's exactly what the CMO wants to do. He wants to deliver his message to the public in an efficient manner to help meet sales objectives. With telepresence, they can reach a greater span of people through it, and the engagement with people is an effective form of marketing for the CMO. It can be done virtually anywhere with the telepresence system. Another CXO that will benefit from this will be the COO, and his position is improved greatly with telepresence through clinical assistance or the clinical presence system. So the COO wants to improve customer satisfaction in the use of clinical assistance, and the clinical presence system can accomplish this through giving the customer, or in this case, the patient, more options. And as we already mentioned in the previous slides, this in turn gives a higher sense of satisfaction that can lead to word of mouth and more business for the hospital. So other CXOs that benefit also are the CFO. CFO wants to increase profits, and this can be done by cutting costs. So telepresence will save on travel costs and time on the road that can be used to be more productive and bring new products to market, thus increasing profits. Also, the CIO. Now, the CIO is looking at things in a strategic manner. So telepresence is very strategic in the fact that it's expanding into the future and more people are starting to use it. It will give the business a better way to compete, and this is something the CIO is responsible for. So it gives him advantage kind of over the competition. And last but not least is the CEO. Stock prices, of course, are his major objective, and with telepresence, they can be increased. The VP of training Salesforce in the field, without having him come into the office, he can communicate with them. The CMO, being able to reach a wider market. The COO with satisfied customers, and all of these, which in turn produces more customers, and it also gives the CFO increasing profits by cutting costs, and this all affects the CEO and will help increase stock prices. So this is my reference page. This is just where I went to look to get my information on telepresence. So I hope you enjoyed the presentation and it was beneficial to you. Thank you for listening.